Let's give it up for your next performer, David Diego Rodriguez.
All right, thank you. I'm just excited that he pronounced my name correctly. First one, right? So yeah, I'm happy to be here. I'm married with children, so I really enjoy speaking for 5 minutes uninterrupted. Yeah, nobody listens to me at home, so yeah, I would have been perfect for that movie, A Quiet Place, you know? I would have remembered all my lines, so I have an Alexa. Alexa listens to me. So the other day I said, Alexa, play some coffee house music. And she said, regular or decaf? And my wife comes running in and she says, I hear you talking to your girlfriend. I'm like, no, listen. It's Alexa playing decaffeinated music, you know? And now my wife won't respond to me unless I say her name first, you know, so. And I'm really worried that she's gonna find out about my other two girlfriends, Siri and Google, you know? So, yeah, a little bit about myself. I identify as Mexican, but a lot of people don't believe I'm Mexican because I don't have a mustache and I speak English. But yeah, I come from a small Mexican family of 6. But my parents' family each had 15 children, and now my mother, she still thinks she's a virgin because she only had 6 children. Yeah. And growing up, my first language was Spanish, and my parents sent me off to kindergarten. I didn't know any English, and I was this lost little boy. But luckily, I sat next to Bridget Riley. I said, oh, just do everything Bridget does, right? Bridget took out her crayons, I took out my crayons. Bridget put her head down and take a nap, I put my head down and take a nap. Bridget stood up and said, hello, my name is Bridget Riley. I stood up and I said, hello, my name is Bridget Riley. I mean, I didn't know, right? So I was doing the best I could. And then later, I got in trouble because Bridget got up and I stood up and got in line behind her, and they were going to the little girls' room, you know? So, yeah, but actually Spanish is very helpful for me because now I'm a Spanish teacher. Yeah, so it worked out. Yeah, so and a lot of students take Spanish because they think it's an easy language to learn. They think all you have to do is add O to any English word, right? So I asked one student, well, what can you say in Spanish? He said, oh, my name is Roberto. I go, well, Roberto is Spanish, so that's good. And they think they know Spanish because they can say things like taco, fajita, yo quiero Taco Bell, you know. And I mean, that's the way it is. And when I was a new teacher, they used to mess with me, you know? So they'd like, how do you say? I'm like, hold on. ¿Cómo se dice? Okay, ¿cómo se dice burrito? I'm like, that's already in Spanish. Did you notice how it ended in O, you know? Yeah. Oh, and by the way, if you go to Mexico, do not order a burrito. They'll be wondering what you plan on doing with a small donkey. Okay? Alright, and yeah, so another time they said, ¿Cómo se dice jazz hands? I mean, they're just messing with me. And I'm like, oh, that's easy. Manos de flamenco. But my favorite one was, ¿Cómo se dice bootylicious? And it's not in the dictionary. But I had to show them I was in charge. So I'm like, oh, that's easy. Bootyo-licio. You know? And yeah, so I wanted to get in touch with my Hispanic heritage, so I decided to go to Spain, but my luggage went to Mexico, you know? And I'm like, thank you, Aer Lingus. picture the baggage handler in Dublin, Ireland. Spain, Mexico, what's the difference, right? And so I get to Spain, I have to buy all new clothes. The shirt here, right? I bought in Spain. But I like Spain. All the signs were in Spanish, everybody was speaking Spanish. I was able to talk to everybody. I felt like I was back home in Chicago, you know. And then they're asking me, where did you learn to speak Spanish? And I said, Chicago. And then I get home and I read the tag on the back of my shirt and it says, made in Bangladesh. And then, well, growing up as Mexican, I heard a lot of derogatory things about Mexicans. Like, I would go to the library and I would hear, Mexicans don't read books. I started playing sports, I heard, Mexicans don't play ice hockey. I joined the Boy Scouts, I heard, Mexicans don't go camping. And that was just my mother. She didn't want to pay for anything. And then one time she tells me, you're in America, speak English. But she said it in Spanish. And sometimes I feel like life is a birthday party, and I'm the piñata, and my mother's swinging the stick, So, yeah. So like I teach Spanish, and sometimes I like to know, why are you studying Spanish? And I get a lot of interesting answers, like Spanish is a beautiful language. My girlfriend's family speaks Spanish. One student told me, I work in a restaurant and all the cooks speak Spanish. Surprise, surprise, right? He worked at P.F. Chang's. And after about the 6th week of the semester, he says, what kind of Spanish are you teaching us? I still don't know what the cooks are saying. I said, what are they telling you? And he tells me, like, oh, they're swearing at you. They want you to work harder, So, but one last thing. So, we foreign language teachers have a joke we like to share with everybody. So, what do you call someone who speaks 2 languages? Bilingual. What do you call someone who speaks 3 languages? Trilingual. And what do you call someone who speaks 1 language? American. Ding, 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 ding. Get extra credit. And I only told this joke to point out that this Mexican did not steal any American jobs, all right? Okay, thank you and good night.
David Diego Rodriguez.